Welcome to Math Plus, where math makes sense. Divide decimals with models. We're going to use models so you understand the concept of dividing decimals, and then we'll learn how to use the step-by-step or the algorithm approach. So again, the models that represent decimals, this is one whole. When we take that one whole and divide by 10 equal parts, each one of those is 1/10. And we divide that by an additional 10 equal parts, each little square is worth 100. So this is also easier to see with money, where this square represents $1. This blue strip would represent 1 dime because it takes 10 dimes to equal $1. And then each little square is like a penny. And it takes 10 pennies to equal a dime, or 100 pennies to equal $1. So we'll use these models of decimals to illustrate how to divide decimals. So this is telling us 8/10 divided by 2/10. In other words, if you have, say, 9 divided by 3, you want to know how many 3's go into 9. And 3, 6, 9, there's 3 of them. So the answer is 3. So that's what we're doing here. So how we're going to show this is, first of all, we want to shade 8/10. So let me use a very light color. Let me see if you can see this. Yeah, I'm shading 8/10 in gray. Hopefully this is dark enough for you to see. So 8/10 would be all but the last 2 columns. So this is 8/10. And if we're going to divide it by 2/10, what we want to know is how many 2/10 are in 8/10. So let's take a look at these. I've already got these divided into 2/10. See, that equals 2/10. So there's green all the way around, 2 full columns, which what represents 2/10. And so here's another one, another 2/10. And we can keep going. There's another 2/10. And then lastly, there's another one. So if we look at this, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So your answer is 4. Okay, so there's 4 2/10 that will go into 8. So 8/10 divided by 2/10 is 4. I know it doesn't look right, but you can see that it took 4 of the 2/10 to cover 8/10. All right, let's look at another example. Here we have 3 holes. So here's 1, 2, 3 holes. Okay, and what we want to do is divide it by 6/10. So over here, I have some pre-made ones here. This is 6/10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's one of the 6/10. Now we're going to do another one. Uh-oh, this one has to, let's see, there's 4 there, and it's got to cover 2 over here. Now you can see I made this one a little wider, but this is 6/10. This is covering 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 2 here. Okay, now we got another one. There's 6 more tenths. We can fit another one. So there's 2 left over with that one, and then we need 4 more, so I got to make this go over there. So that's covering 6/10, and then there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can fit 1 more. So how many did it take to cover the 3 holes? It took, let's count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3 divided by 6/10 equals 5. 5 of these to equal 3. 2 more problems we can look at, and hopefully you'll start getting the hang of it. So here is an example of 2 divided by 5/10. So we have 2 wholes here, okay? Now 5/10 is half of it, right? Because there's 10/10 in each one. So if I move, there's 5/10, there's 5/10, here's another 5/10, and we got to do the same thing to the other one because we got to cover 2 wholes. And here's another 5/10. So how many 5/10 did it take to cover 2 wholes? 1, 2, 3, 4. So the answer is 4. And let's try one last problem. 1 and 8/10 divided by 3. All right, so I'm going to shade this again so you can see it. We need to shade the whole, one whole, because this stands for the one whole in 1.8. And then I'm going to have to shade 8/10 of the next one. So I want to go over here to 8. Yeah. Okay, so I have shaded 1 and 8/10, one whole and 8/10. Now I want to see how many 3/10 is in that total. So I've got little squares here that will cover 3/10. You can see that that covers 3/10. There's 1. I think I probably should change the colors or they're all going to run together. So let's make this one a blue. Okay. Can do another 3/10. And now I need another one. There's 1/10 there. And then this has to cover 2. Keep going. I'm going to go ahead and just use pink again. There's another 3/10. And look, we have 3 more left. And put this over here. And now we have covered the whole. That's modeling how you divide decimals. And I do want to point out something to you that'll give you a hint on how to divide. 8 divided by 2 is 4, but notice it's a whole number. And same with this one, 20 divided by 5 is 4, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to use the algorithm to actually divide decimals. But this shows you the modeling of it so you understand what it means to divide.